Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey now, and hey now. Welcome to our number 3 of the line. Talk 995. I'm going to do something dangerous right here. Ah, gosh.
What are you doing? You know,
Dude.
you're like a kid. You can't leave it alone.
I know, but I thought I had a good idea. I just needed to bring it up some because it was doing just hang tight.
You play with fire, son, you're gonna get burned.
I think okay. I think that's where I want it to be. Yes. Yeah, that's money right there, baby. That's money. All right, so we're live on YouTube. Is that right? Yes, we are. There we go. I do want to say this. So you know our Bible study thing that you didn't come to last week.
Hey, you know why I was driving?
Abby is going to be out of town this week, so we're not doing it this week.
Oh,
Yeah, see, that's why you can't miss, man. 'cause
I
you
was
never know.
driving. I'm not going to, with that new car on Interstate 20 with people driving like idiots. I'm not going to chance
You
it.
could have just listened. That's all you had to do was listen. We weren't asking you to.
It doesn't know.
We weren't asking you to perform music for
You were
us.
asking me to not be safe.
But anyway, so she's not going to be there, and so our girl Stacy G was like, "Well, is there at least a message we can watch or listen to?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I got you." So she sends a link, and Stacy G says, "All right, I'm going to check it out right after the line is over." And I thought, how sweet is that? She's gonna.
That's awesome.
She says, "I'm
She's
gonna
the
listen to
best.
the rest of the radio show before I check this out," and that warmed my heart on this 250.
Yep.
Also, James came by and he was like, "How's the air working?" I'm like, "Well, it's just kind of blowing mild air, kind of hot air." And he's like, "Well, have you changed the thermostat?" And I went over there and looked, and it was on 78.
Aha. Well, we're not allowed to.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, well, it was like a year and a half ago or longer that we were told don't touch the thermostat. I guess that was back when it worked last time. And so I haven't even thought to even look at the thermostat.
I guess nobody else has either.
No. So we turned it down to 68. And now we're just waiting to see if the air starts blowing cold.
What you think? What you got?
It's not doing anything different yet, but it feels fine in here because of the fan. The old trusty Vornado Costco fan. But I'm going to be, I take it back and forth from here to the house because it legit probably saves me money on my energy bill because it helps circulate the cold air throughout the house appropriately.
Yeah, I've got a rotating fan that sits up about 3 or 4 feet, and I put it right there by my air vent, and when that air comes up,
Well, I think I've got
Frosty.
some ductwork issues, and it may be simply a hole in one of the tubes.
You need me to
or
check?
what- Well, here's the problem: is when you get in the crawl space, once you go so far to one side of the house, like towards the living room, and you may remember this, it's blocked off. Like there's concrete blocks there.
oh, and you got to do that crawl. Yeah.
And you can't, there's no way to get in there to check or try to fix.
Is there another entrance in there?
I don't think so. I think it's completely blocked off, and there's no other areas for a crawl space. There's
you
no
might
way
have
to get
take
in there.
a couple blocks out.
I mean, that would be the only thing that I know of. But so anyway, the fans allow the air to kind of work its way through in those areas where it's not blowing as cold, and it probably will, save me a couple bones on that there power bill.
Oh yeah.
So and the thing was yesterday, so you know how hot it was in here yesterday. So April Marie comes in to fill in for Leland, right? and she sits down or whatever, and I go over there and unplug the fan and start wrapping up the cord, and I can see her out of the corner of my eye looking at me like, you're not gonna leave that fan, and I'm like, nope, I'm taking it home. Now I will say this. And I didn't really explain that to her, which I felt kind of bad because she was like,
You didn't, dude.
she's probably like, what a jerk, dude. This guy won't even leave the fan for me. But I should have explained to her that I have to take it home. But Landrum happened to stop by, and he's like, and I said something about the studio being hot, and he's like, I've got a desk fan in my office. He's like, if she wants to use it, she can use it and then put it back in my office when she's done. So I think she had a fan in here for the show yesterday. So she's all right.
Well, you take it home and use it, don't you?
My big fan, yeah, that's what I did yesterday. I took it home. But I'm saying Landrum let her borrow one of his fans. So.
Landrum's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. There's a lot of good people around here, honestly. I mean, even John Bird's been warming up to Crank.
Yeah, he's St. Frank to me now. Until something else goes wrong.
And your friend Steve from the sales department. Who's
Yes.
always checking on your love life.
Yeah, Steve's my buddy.
You should ask his advice on getting back with your ex-wife.
No.
Just see what he says. I mean, you don't have
No.
to take his advice. I'm just
No,
saying.
you know what? That was a moment of weakness from last hour. It
Yeah.
was just a moment of weakness.
Well, here's the bad news. We have a podcast tonight, and you know good and well we're probably going to deep dive on that moment of weakness. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Well, I got to tell you, my Mustang, I've blown a tire in it, so I can't come.
I would not be surprised. I got to get the brake. I found out yesterday I got to get the brakes done like ASAP on my car.
Oh, man, you got to stay ahead of that.
My boys at Work Trucks are like, if you're taking this to Biloxi, you might be on metal by the time you get back.
Oh.
I'm like, dang, is it that bad? And they're like, yeah, because I haven't gotten any squealing or nothing yet.
Yeah, but can't you take it there today and get it
I
done?
don't have time, and they probably don't have time to fool with me last minute like that.
Dude.
I got to do a podcast. I'm gonna do it when I get back. It'll be fine. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
All right.
But they did an alignment for me yesterday.
That's
and
huge.
The alignment wasn't even that far off. It was just a little bit. But they used that new machine that they got, which is pretty dope, and got that squared up. And so got the oil change. By the way, you know what my oil change cost? I got it changed on Tuesday. And I won't say where I went. Well, y'all know where I went. But I go and get my oil change. You know how much it was? $120 for my oil change.
Oh, gosh.
Why?
Where'd you go?
Well, you know where I go, where I went?
Where?
Express Oil.
What is wrong with you? You'd be better off going.
Well, I mean, I've been going to Express Oil for years. I mean, I even advertised for them for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I mean, they said for a while it was going to be more expensive because of the oil, but it should be coming down.
Yeah.
Fortunately, my brother-in-law changed mine. I have to go to Toyota to get all my servicing done.
Why? Because he's got a
Because that's what my dad did.
lifetime.
No. That's
So
what
he
my
did
dad
it just because he did it by choice? So you don't have to. You just prefer to since your dad did it that way.
Right,
I
right.
gotcha.
And he, she runs like a new vehicle. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to find a Toyota dealer that I like. You know, I'm basically interview them. I'll go in there and, you know, they'll say, all right, well, what do you need? He said, do you want to speak to the manager? I was like, yes. How many years has each of your mechanics been working here?
How many children do they have?
What's the experience? Are you going to use aftermarket or are you going to use Toyota products?
What is their relationship like with their wife when they're at home?
Yes.
Do they respect women?
Yes. Do you let your mood affect the way you do your work?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a new car for me to borrow if you need to keep it overnight?
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that.
All good pertinent questions.
Mm-hmm. And I'll end with, do you know who I am?
Dr. Dingaling.
That's right.
That's who I am.
The Dingaling Mobile.
All right, so I want to talk about, and we've done it for the past couple days, but I got another birthright citizenship that I want to talk to y'all about here in a moment. Let me get Alan first in Birmingham. Alan, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, so I am actually a heating air professional, and I was listening to y'all talk about your thermostat settings.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, so a lot of people this time of year, they'll crank them down real low like you did from 78 to 68, thinking it's like an accelerator of a car, and that just kind of freezes them up most of the time, if the compressor's working at all.
Yeah. Well, they just put a brand new unit in, or maybe even multiple units on top of the building, because it's been broken for like a year and a half at least. Well, I say broken. It's working throughout the building, but there's a line of studios in this hallway where our air wasn't working. And so they allegedly fixed all of that, and the air just yesterday started flowing through these vents in here, and we didn't think to change the thermostat. So it had been blowing kind of like, I don't know, just kind of warm air. Not hot air, not like heater air, but it was kind of mild temperatured air. And so we just turned the thermostat down. I figured it'd take it a little while to actually cool off, but that particular thermostat is just for, I think, the two rooms, the room I'm in and the room John Bird's in.
Well, if I were to give any words of wisdom as a professional, is set your thermostat to the temperature you want the room at, and not lower than that, because you don't want to stretch your system at this time of year.
Yeah, and that was kind of the rule of thumb. They told us that a while back. They're like, do not touch the thermostat. And so we haven't. And that's why for 2 days it was sitting at 78, because I had trained myself to not even look at the thermostat. But yeah, if this putting it on 68 works, it won't be touched again.
Right on. All right. Well, I hope y'all guys cool down and have a great day.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it, Alan.
Thank you. Bye.
I like talking to HVAC people.
They're good people.
They're smart. They're always smart people. It's kind of what my kid acts like. He wants to do that too.
Yes, you may speak. Oh, you're holding your hand up for the air.
I'm trying to see if I can feel it. I'm watching video CNN of the two the two Skywalkers walking down the street after getting released from jail, and the media is all over them. It was, I mean, honestly, they said that they hid inside the Empire State Building the night before so they could crawl up there the next day. So I think they snuck in there and slept in there overnight. Entered as visitors the day before. Security video shows the pair hiding in the observatory complex. So there must be kind of an area, like a balcony of sorts, that they, as visitors, got to go in. They take visitors up there, and then when I guess their group
I didn't
left,
think you could do that anymore. Oh, they've got the fence up there where people they would jump.
And so they stayed after they closed, spent the night up there, and then the next morning they got up and they climbed up there.
But they had a bottle of champagne, and some little hors d'oeuvres.
I mean, it was honestly, as I look back at it, yes, it was a hassle for people in New York, and they shut down traffic and all that kind of stuff. But it was kind of cool. I mean, it was, dare I say, without sounding gay, a little romantic.
Well, it was probably one of the few good things about New York this year.
And it wasn't like they got up there and planted an ISIS flag or some woke, it's not like they went up there and put a trans flag up or an anti-Trump thing necessarily.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I agree with the slogan they had.
Yeah. He went up there and basically they put the flag up there, but I think his main purpose was to propose to his girlfriend. So I say good for him. I say let him off the hook. I think it's fine. I think he's good. I think it was a cool stunt. Dangerous. I sure as hell wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't advise it for anybody else, but some people out there are just wired that way. They're thrill seekers.
Well, I've got a story to tell you. When I was younger, we visited New York City, and I actually climbed to the top, and you'll never guess what happened. Just like the tree. No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding.
You got up there and your wife proposed to you.
Yes.
Your ex-wife proposed to you at the top of this Empire State Building.
Yes.
Oh, man. All right, 205-545-9950. The DOJ is launching a new crackdown on birth tourism after this Supreme Court ruling on Tuesday. I want to talk a little bit about that and more when we get back on the other side. Two zero five 9950. Philip said, bro, you gotta go look for coupons first before going to Express. Yeah, that's my bad. Walter says, don't use a dealership, JB.
I got to. My dad used a dealership. I got to.
What else? Somebody asked, who was it? Somebody asked, oh, it was Joey. He said, what's an update on the billfold? I said, it's long gone. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, card's been canceled and everything. Getting a new license tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow afternoon, I will get the my card is on the way in. I've got for the bank, and I'm going to open up a savings account and put the inheritance stuff over there, and all will be right. And Air Pass, what is it? Air tags, Apple tags, whatever, on everything.
Yeah. Have you ordered those yet, or well, you got to get your cards and then order them.
Right.
You'll have to change all your subscription card numbers and all that.
Yeah.
That'll be a headache, but you can get it handled. Ain't no thing, man. Saxon says, so did JB get his testosterone results back? No, because he hasn't gone.
And man,
He's a
I haven't
slacker.
got time. I was gone last week. You know what? I know I got testosterone because I'm about to come through that window.
You going to go next week?
Yes, it'll be much easier.
Think about this. If you test low and you decide to do the treatments, which will be a fantastic investment, and you mix that with Mandu, bro, you'll be so jacked you won't even believe it.
Yep. All this stuff
Because that stuff teams up with your muscle growth crazy.
Yeah, but you got to remember, I mean, all that stuff I went through and my dad passing away and then the inheritance and then, you know, and all of the going through the rigmarole and everything. I finally gotten a handle on everything, so now we get through the 4th, and then the real John emerges.
I'm just saying. I'm going to keep pushing you. Hey, real quick. Oh, man, I barely got enough time here. Richard the Cop, what's up, buddy?
I texted you a new coupon for the month of July.
Yeah, I dropped the ball on that, dude. I can't believe I forgot. How
And
much off is
they're
it?
right. JB, don't use the dealership. Go find you a good express person. Use them.
$26 off. That's why they charge me so much, is because everybody's getting $26 off would have got me back to what it originally cost. I see what's going on here. I see. Don't let me forget I'll probably be getting another one next month. Don't let me forget.
Well, that one is good till the 31st of July. Hit me up before you go, and I'll send you the August one.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Hold tight, boys.
There you go. I can't believe I forgot to do that. I mean, it's just $26, but still.
26 is 26.
$26. I paid $120. I was just like, I was in a hurry. So I wasn't even thinking. But anyway, did I talk about the birth tourism yet? No, I didn't. So I'm going to do that when I get back. And I've got another example. Do y'all remember yesterday when I played that clip from 2013? I think it was 2013, talking about the birthing hotels where Chinese nationals would come here long enough to give birth to a baby.
That.
Oh, I've got a different one that they're doing. I'll give you that on the other side. Walter says, JB, I got 3 Toyotas with over 330,000 miles. You will spend enough to get a new car if you use dealerships.
Okay, I'm gonna find me a guy.
I mean, I thought you'd be fine going to a regular place.
I'm gonna find me a guy. You gotta have a guy.
Okay. I mean,
You gotta have a guy. Jim Moore might be my guy.
Well, get Jim Moore to do it. He'll do it. He don't
Work
mind.
trucks might be my guys.
Well, they'll do it too, I'm
You
sure.
know?
Well, it sounds like dealership is not a good idea. Plus, I mean, a dealership's kind of that's the kind of place where they're going to make you leave it overnight just to get a free oil change. So it's probably going to be more of a hassle than it's worth.
Yeah, you're right. You convinced me, audience.
Way to go, audience! You just saved him a lot of trouble. All right, so well, first let me tell you about Noto Roofing. NOTOroofing.com, NOTOroofing.com. And I'll tell you, if there's anybody that loves America, it's Noto Roofing. Noto loves America, and they love you, which is why they give you free stuff like free roof inspections, free complimentary roof tune-ups, and all the things. Chris and Sammy and Matt and all the guys over there, dude, they're just great, great people that love taking care of the people that they run across, the people that set these appointments. They get those roof inspections, man. They really do enjoy going out there and meeting new people and meeting listeners. I always like when Chris hits me up and he's like, yeah, man, I was out in XYZ part of town and we were inspecting a roof of one of your listeners. And I get to kind of an inside look as to, where all you guys are located at. It's just kind of dope. I like it. But I appreciate y'all supporting them, because when you support them, you're supporting us. So reach out to them, get that free roof inspection, complimentary roof tune-up, and make sure you ain't got no problems. 205-848-2299. That's 205-848-2299, and online, notoroofing.com. So a Manhattan judge granted the alleged Empire State Building climbers supervised release. What does supervised release mean? Is it kind of like a quasi probation kind of thing? It's like pre-probation?
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna follow them around or something.
I don't know. I haven't even seen if they're American citizens or if they're here on a visa. They sure do love each other, though. They're all smooching and everything, leaving the courthouse.
Dang.
Yeah, it's very,
Who knows? Maybe they got the judge to make it official,
Maybe.
sign the paperwork.
Maybe they can get married at the courthouse during their trial. That would be kind of cool.
That'd be a not guilty right there, baby.
Anyway, I personally like them. I think it's kind of a cool story. Not everybody's going to agree with that, but it's not a bad little deal. Let me do Dave Woodstock real quick before I get over to this birthright thing, or this birthright, whatever you call it. Dave, what's up? Hey, Dave. Dave in Woodstock, Alabama, home of John B. McLemore. Go ahead. Hey now. Hey now. All right, Dave, good to hear from you, buddy. We can't hear nothing. So the DOJ is launching this new crackdown on birth tourism. That's what they call it. They call it birth tourism, which is apparently a big industry, as you heard yesterday. And this is amid the Supreme Court ruling, obviously. I played you a clip yesterday of Chinese nationals that are paying companies. This is an actual industry. Companies in America and in China that will, for a certain amount of money, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, send you over to California, set you up in a hotel, allow you to have birth there as you're, they get all your tourist visas and all that kind of stuff. Allow you to have birth there, give birth. Thus, your baby becomes an American citizen automatically. And then they fly you back to China. This was not just a way for the Chinese to create American citizens that can come and go as they please or take advantage of the system or whatever. But it was also a way for people to make money. And it was a way for the Chinese government. It seems to be beneficial to them in some way, some shape or form. And they allow Chinese nationals to get around the one-child policy, saying that, yes, we had a one-child policy at that time, but you can have a second child, a third child, a fourth child, as long as you do the birth tourism. As long as your next baby, your second or third babies, are born in the U.S., you can bring them back here and subvert that one-child policy. Then you may say to yourself, well, that completely defeats the purpose of the one-child policy. Why would they allow that? Because the Chinese government knows how beneficial it is to have as many of their citizens with American citizenship as possible, because they are in the business of infiltrating the U.S. and taking it over from the inside. It's why they buy the farmland. It's why they send spy balloons. It's why they make every move they make. They are literally. You think they'd let? Do you think they would let us do that? Do you think they would let us bring our pregnant women over there, have babies, and then have Chinese citizenship, so we could then send an army of our citizens in 20 years over to their country as citizens to do whatever they plan on doing? Absolutely not. No country would allow that. But apparently we do. So now with the ruling, the DOJ is cracking down on that. What are they doing? I don't know the particulars, but Todd Blanche says, well, we're going to do what we got to do, and we're going to snuff out this stuff. But it's more than just the pregnant women coming over here long enough to have birth and then going back. In some cases, they have surrogates in the U.S. give birth to their children to where they don't even have to be pregnant. They will pay a service, just like the other thing. They will pay a service, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, whatever it may be, to impregnate an American woman who will then give birth and then give that child to the couple in China. And that child now has U.S. citizenship because it was born here. That's going to, listen to this. This is a report that CNN did about it back in 2015. And of course, 2015, nobody even batted an eye, but it's a real thing.
I know it's not my baby.
The child growing inside Audra Anderson will be going to parents in China.
Who are the future parents of this child you're carrying right now?
A Chinese gay couple. And they are the most wonderful people that I know. They are loving and caring. And if I didn't think that, I wouldn't have given them two wonderful children.
Anderson's surrogate pregnancy is not unusual. A growing number of women in the U.S. are becoming surrogates for wealthy Chinese couples. Agencies like West Coast Surrogacy in Irvine, California, are seeing a large influx of customers from overseas. In fact, 40% of their clients are from China.
For one, their child will be a U.S. citizen. I'm sure that has some draw to it.
你好.
There are other American companies trying to get in on this growing surrogacy industry. Unlike international adoption, there are very few rules governing international surrogacy. Here in a small desert town in Southern California, Audra Anderson says she's already considering carrying a third surrogate child. She can earn from $35,000 to $45,000 for each baby.
So for 9, 10 months, $35,000, $40,000, doesn't seem like a whole lot of money unless you're doing twinsies. Then you could be looking at 80 grand. But I mean, is your skill set that scarce that you gotta make a living off of being pregnant? Anyway, that's whatever. You know, this lady's trying to make money. I mean, she's just into being pregnant. I don't know. But there is something weird going on, and it's been going on for a very long time. We need to be finding out, and we should. I mean, the DOJ should have access to this data. How many children over the past 10, 15, 20 years have been born to foreign nationals in which they came over to the U.S. just long enough to have that baby and then went back to their country? And even outside of that, how many of those foreign nationals are Chinese? That should be the biggest concern, because China, whether people want to admit it or not, is likely our number one adversary in the world. And as we have walked around for decades with a blindfold on to China's aggressive moves, they have been strategically carving us up left and right. They've done it economically on a large scale over the years, because whether they owned our politicians or our politicians were incompetent or our leaders were stupid or whatever, they had been beating us on a lot of fronts. But beating us economically, which they're not doing now, is going to be irrelevant if we allow this kind of stuff to get out of control. It needs to be on the forefront. It needs to be reported far and wide. It needs to be talked about. People need to be made aware of what is happening on birthing tourism, because it is one of the biggest threats to our country. And if Democrats gain control of the House, the Senate, God forbid, the White House, anytime in the near future, they could open that thing up in a way that we'll never be able to reverse it. And all of this, by the way, all of this could have been fixed with one ruling. It could have been fixed with one Supreme Court justice voting the other way. It could have been fixed with John Roberts saying, no, this is not what birthright citizenship means. It could have been fixed with Amy Coney Barrett saying, no, birthright citizenship is not for everybody in the entire world. The 14th Amendment does not include birthing tourism. But they didn't. We lost that ruling, and now the doors are wide open to this monstrosity of an industry. And if we don't get a handle on it, it could absolutely destroy America. Brandon says on the text line, JB, I'm a Toyota Lexus Master Tech for the last 20 years. If you need any work done on that Highlander, hit me up, bruh.
Will do. I'm going to get his info. What was his name again?
Brando.
All right, I'll look it up.
It's Brandon. It says Brandon on there.
Okay, got it.
David says, going to the men's clinic on the 17th. JB and Andrew talked me into it.
Yes.
There you go, buddy. When you get in there, tell him if you come across Jeremy, he's kind of a stocky guy with a big gray beard. Tell him I said, what's up? Make sure you tell him you're with the Hey Now Nation. They'll treat you right. They'll get some blood work done, see where you're at and everything else. And it takes. I started treatments. What is it, about a week? I think I started last Friday. And he said, give it a couple weeks and see if you start feeling a difference. And then we've set up a second appointment for like 8 weeks after I started. And we're going to see where the level's at, see how I'm feeling and everything else. And if it's up, but it's not as up as I want it to be, he said, let's just go, up the dose or go with a different, a different treatment or whatever you want to do. He's like, man, we'll knock it out of the park. And I'm excited, man, because all the benefits of getting that stuff back on track that I've been told about is quite amazing. So I can't wait, man. Start feeling like myself. John says, hello, JB. This is Railroad John. I go to the dealership. I checked with some of the quick change oil places, and the dealership I go to was very competitive on price, even better price than some. Here is the kicker. You call dealerships and plan a time to change the oil. A dealership is the only one that will supply a loaner if you need work on the car. Plus, you get to know the people that work there. Most of the time, it only takes about an hour at the dealer. Check the prices before going to either place. Good luck. So that was.
Where did he go?
He didn't say. He just said the dealership.
So in other words, do my homework.
Yeah, do your homework.
And weigh the options.
Let's see. Brenda says Highlander has transmission problems years 2020 and up. Cost bunches. Well, he's under the 2020 mark. He's
2014. Couple of my mechanic buddies said it's one of the best years for a Highlander. So, I'm very thankful.
Yeah. And then this one says Andrew and Jay Bizzle care about the Hey Now Nation's bone health, if you know what I mean.
That
was Bubba Rumble. If you know what I mean. Hey, don't forget Over the Line podcast tonight, 6 p.m. Very excited to get back in the saddle. We planned on starting back up 2 a week this week, but with the wallet thing, that kind of railroaded our Tuesday show. But I think what we're going to be looking at going forward is likely going to be a Tuesday and a Thursday night. Now, if you can't watch us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6, the videos get posted, the audio gets posted, so you have access to go listen to it, watch it. You can see it on Rumble, on YouTube. You can go to your Apple Podcast, your Spotify's, wherever. The podcast gets distributed everywhere, so it's easy to find and a blast to listen to. So y'all get with it. Get with it, cuz. Some other headlines. What do I got? Oh, you had a U.S. Air Force major that got arrested for illegally protesting on the Capitol steps while calling for Trump's impeachment while in uniform. That's a no-no for anybody that's been in the military. Yeah. They know this, and this guy should have known that. But he did it anyway. He went up there with some group and started going on. His name's Jason Watson, a U.S. Air Force major who attended the U.S. Air Force Academy, participated in a press conference sponsored by far-left lunatic Representative Al Green, where he called for his boss, the commander-in-chief, to be removed and convicted. How about that? According to the uniform, Code of Military Justice, Watson could face court-martial proceedings for contempt towards officials stemming from his participation in the event and his calls for Trump impeachment. That's UCMJ Article 88 states any commissioned officer who uses contemptuous words against the president, the vice president, Congress, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of a military department, the Secretary of Homeland Security, or the governor or legislature of any state, commonwealth, or possession in which he is on duty or present shall be punished as a court-martial may direct. Sucks to be you, buddy. I guess he thought he was going to get it. Surely he didn't think he was going to get away with it. He thought he just wants to be a hero. He started his speech at the press conference with the oath of office before tearing into Donald Trump, describing the American people as, quote, the greatest threat to our democratic republic, arguing that, quote, we all have played a part, myself included, in getting ourselves into this mess. He continued saying, for the past 18 months, we the people have allowed the highest levels of the executive branch of the federal government to violate our Constitution and their oath to it with impunity, while accusing Trump of innumerable impeachable offenses. He went on to spew talking points about military operations against Venezuela, Cuba, and Iran, cuts to USAID, immigration enforcement, federal law enforcement's efforts to subdue violent rioters, lawsuits against media companies and universities, tariffs, and even our beloved UFC fight on the White House lawn. You don't attack the UFC event, my friend. You don't attack the UFC White House event and get away with it, buddy. After each example, Watson stated, quote, for this, the president and vice president must be impeached, convicted, and removed. So brave. So brave. These people are out of their mind. And this is the same kind of guy that probably would have voted for Mamdani, who also said that he told New Yorkers to set their thermostats at 78 degrees to alleviate stress on the grid amid the life-threatening heat wave. He said, all business owners in New York, please set your thermostats to 78 degrees. 78? What do you live in a nursing home, buddy? 78 degrees? Are you crazy? They're New Yorkers. They're going to be like, you can stick it, buddy. Imagine the audacity of this guy. Everybody turn your thermostat to 78 degrees. Our power grid's failing and we're in debt. Hey, New York, you voted for it. Now you got to live with it.